So we're taking a look at how the Prabhu method and somatic work looks at some of the things like pain and suffering and its relationship to sensation and illness. And neuroscience and neurobiology has uh, illustrated that up to 95% of mental, physical, and emotional, what we have called illness and pathology, is psychosomatic, which means that ultimately it's an opinion. It's a judgment of what we are experiencing. The way that somatic work looks at any kind of emotional or mental or physical distress is that it's a problem that the body has in managing signals. So we don't view it as an illness or pathology. The way that we view it is that it's an ignorance about how to manage information or excitement that's happening in the body. And the difficulty with managing it is that whenever the body is startled or wakes up, it tends to wake up in a reactive state, so that we are reacting to experience. We're not in a relationship with an experience. And this confuses the signals. The body is talking to itself like all biological life forms. The body is talking to itself all of the time. It's communicating. The deep organs are talking to one another energetically. The heart, the circulatory system, and the digestive system. And all of this is being processed through the brain. So the brain is also a pulsing organ that is a part of this dialogue of processing signals of experience. When we react to these signals of experience, as I said, we are reacting against what is. We're reacting to what the deeper experience is. And when that happens, then it puts the body into a state of distress. The body starts struggling, but it's struggling with a hallucination of threat. It's not a real threat, but it feels real. If you've got a physical illness or physical pain or even emotional or mental distress, it feels real. It feels like it's an illness, and we have a lot of ability in naming what these illnesses and pathologies are. But the naming disconnects us from being with the experience of what the distress is in the body and learning how to manage the distress. When we put that effort into the struggle to address how we are distressed and to work with managing it, then what happens is that the body uses the experience to move into a deeper connectedness with itself, with its environment, and with the people in its environment. It also uses these signals to expand its depth, to be more present, to be more conscious. We see this with all biological life forms, that when the biological life form is challenged and it moves towards meeting the challenge, as long as the challenge is not so great that it overwhelms the life form, the result of meeting the challenge is that the organism gets stronger, more vital, and more flexible. in its ability to be present. And this is true for humans as well, because we are a biological life form. We have more issues with reaction because we are at the tail end of evolution, if you will. We are at a place where evolution is unstable, or at least our organism is unstable in evolution. It hasn't reached a stability yet, which might take millions of years. So we are always going to be, no matter what we have understood or learned, we're always going to be pushed off center and have to struggle to get back to a grounded present. And instinctually, we will view this as being something negative. Instinctually, we're looking for relief. We're looking to quit. We're looking to stop the struggle. But when we're in touch with the true nature of our biological being, we recognize that our nature loves to struggle. It recognizes that we get stronger through the struggle. And so it stops viewing emotional or mental or physical distress as being an illness or a pathology or something that has to be fixed. It sees the appearance of this distressing sensational activity as an opportunity to enter into an engagement, because it recognizes increasingly that the engagement brings about a very deep maturing of the self and a very deep maturing of the body's, again, ability to be present to what is, to be present to its inner dynamic that's always changing, and to be present to its environment and the people embedded in its environment.